have to give me a month.
No, I don't, because you haven't paid one brown penny.
I'm not obligated to, and I can't afford to.
Doesn't matter.
I've been trying to educate you.
No, your education is brainwashing.
No, it's not. You just won't listen to me.
What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Give me the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Let's get right into the video.
It was National Coming Out Day yesterday. If we were here in person, I would have done this yesterday. My name's Miss Watsy. I'm here. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. My name's Miss Watsy, and I am. Oh, I'm Miss Watsy, and I am. So, I wanted to inform you I am coming out as a lesbian today. Oh my God! I am Miss Watsy, and I am. I am coming out as a Ladala Bean to all of you. Thank you so much.
What does that mean?
A Ladala Bean is a lesbian, if you're not on TikTok.
Why was it necessary to tell your 7th grade class about your sexual preferences? What if all the kids were, instead of them applauding her and giving her social credit, they all just went, well, okay, what's next? Can you teach the class now? Can you teach us how to do our taxes? Something that we'll maybe use in the next 30 years of our lives? And then the teacher just responds, oh, I would love to, but we just don't have any money. The state doesn't give us any money. They pay us in gum. So instead of teaching you guys, I'm going to be recording this video of me coming out to a bunch of 7th graders in order to get some social clout on TikTok, because that's going to pay the bills, because this job sure ain't. What are we doing? This is why our education system is failing. We have our teachers spending their time coming out to the classrooms and spending more time on social political views than they are of mathematics and science. You're a math teacher. What does you coming out have to do with math? Teach these kids how to do their taxes so that in the future the IRS isn't hounding them because they forgot to cut Uncle Sam his piece of the pie. And Uncle Sam gonna get his piece. Best believe that. If there's 2 things that's guaranteed in life, is death and taxes. Uncle Sam gonna get, hell, Uncle Sam get his piece before I get my piece. I ain't even get my check yet, and Uncle Sam already got his money. But all jokes aside, this just shows the priorities of our nation and of our current education system. Our nation doesn't give enough money to the teachers in order to teach them practical things that they can use in the next 30 years. So they have to go and chase clout on TikTok in order to pay their salaries.
Telling people that you're taken, but your man does not take you shopping, take care of you, or take...
Now, maybe it's just because I'm from the country, but when did it become mandatory for a man to have to take a woman shopping? I mean, when I think about the concept, the first things that come to mind are Pretty Woman, Real Housewives, I don't know, Cinderella, just things that are superficial and also unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's nice to have somebody do that for you, but to make it a requirement, I mean, that's not even one of the biggest things that you would need to check off to make sure that you're actually in a relationship.
Exactly.
Because he can take you shopping, take care of you, take you out, and still take you to the hospital after he done blacked your eye out. So let's focus on the more important things in a relationship to rely on and stop worrying about these minuscule things that will keep you single.
You know, she actually makes a good point, because I believe that it's natural for women to be hypergamous. I believe that it's natural for women to want a man that has equal to or more than them, because women have children, and during that time they're super vulnerable, and they need somebody that can compensate for not only themselves but for, you know, another person and a child, right? So it makes sense for women to want a man that has a little more than them, somebody that's able to protect and provide for them during a very vulnerable time. It makes sense. In 2021, $50K is the average income for a man, so that is enough to protect and provide for his family. That's enough to have a house. That's enough to have a car for your family. But that's not what women want anymore. They want to be able to get this purse. They want to be able to have these hills. They want to be able to go on 2 or 3 vacations every single year. They want to be able to do these things that just have never been a part of human history. This new mindset coming from women that you think that you're going to get everything out of life, every single thing that you want and ever desire, and a man has to be able to pay for all of that, or he's not worthy of your company. He's not worthy to have you as a wife. It's kind of ridiculous. And some women want all of these things without even having to work. And I'm trying to understand, at what point in human history did women not have to work? Sure, they weren't doing the laborious jobs that men were compensated for, but women taking care of a household has always been work. When you wash clothes that took hours to hand knit because you couldn't just go to the store and buy whatever clothes you wanted, you had to make them by hand because people were poor. And when you had to wash those clothes, it didn't just take 30 minutes by popping it in the washing machine. You had to wash them by hand. That took time. Not only that, but you're also watching kids during this time. Women baked. Women took care of crops. Women did all kinds of things in terms of jobs. So this very new mentality that men have to make this astronomical amount of money in order to protect and provide for a woman is just ridiculous to me. It has never been that way throughout human history. Men have struggled, women have struggled, but at least they struggled together and made it a little easier on each other. And you're kind of barking up the wrong tree, because statistically speaking, men who make more money and have more sexual opportunities because they make more money tend to cheat more often. So while it's natural for women to be hypergamous, it's also natural for men to want to spread their DNA into the next generation. And if you don't believe me, name me one good leader, conqueror, or king that has only had one woman. And you can't even say Martin Luther King, because even he was cheating on his wife. Now, should it be that way? I don't know, but it definitely is that way. And if you can accept the fact that women are hypergamous and they want men to make more money, you should then be able to accept the fact that the men who have more money are going to be able to have as many women as they want. That's just how it works.
I'm gonna give this any energy because I know this dude just wants attention, but too many single mothers have sent me this video, so let's get into it.
This is what single moms don't understand. When you have a kid, your value drops. You're not worth as much anymore.
So let's look at the typical single parent. As you can see below, the presumption that most single parents are mothers is actually accurate. Pause to read.
Okay.
However, you say this, which is what led me to crunch the numbers.
Single moms are like vultures. They sit around on the side of the road until a successful man comes by.
Well, let's see if the data supports that. An assumption about single moms is that they are unemployed. Again, that notion is not true. According to the census data, statistics show that 50% of custodial mothers are gainfully employed, work full-time year-round, and 19.9% did not have a job.
When he says that single mothers lose value, I think he's talking about specifically in the dating market. But if you want to talk about financial value, that's actually true. And look at the statistic he just brought up. He says that 19.9% of single mothers are unemployed. The average unemployment rate for an American is 4%. So what you're telling me is you're 500% more likely to be unemployed if you are a single mother. One thing, just having a child out of wedlock, you are 500% more likely to become unemployed. Not only that, but single mothers are the poorest demographic in America. So even financially, your value drops.
And 19.9% did not have a job. You then go on to say this.
Just keep having one night stands with these single moms. That's all they're worth anyway.
And if you look here from the statistics from Statistica.com, you'll see that most single mothers are not even getting married. So it's not that their stock is dropping. They're just not choosing weak men like you. Goofy.
He literally didn't disprove any of the things he said. First, the man said a woman's value drops. Okay, I'm assuming that he means dating market value, but even if he means financial value, he's right in both terms. The second thing that he was trying to disprove is that women are vultures and will sit around and wait for another financially attractive man to come around before they get involved with them. I think that using the word vulture is a little much. I think that he's referring to the fact that single mothers have a higher dependency on factors other than their own income. For example, the statistic that he brought up in order to disprove it shows that 50% of custodial single mothers are gainfully employed, while 20% of single mothers are unemployed. Well, that means the other 30% are working part-time jobs. How are you able to take care of yourself and take care of a child if you're working on a part-time income as a woman? Well, probably via some kind of child support or some kind of government aid. So while you have 50% of single mothers working, you also have another 50% of single mothers that are either working part-time and collecting some kind of aid, or single mothers that are just not working at all and they're collecting aid. Again, saying that single mothers are vultures is maybe a little much, right? But it doesn't negate the fact that single mothers are definitely more dependent on the government than any other demographic in America.
You really have to give me a month.
No, I don't, because you haven't paid one brown penny.
I'm not obligated to, and I can't afford to.
Guess what? Doesn't matter.
You can't just tell me I have 2 weeks to find somewhere.
You've had over a month. And
No, I haven't.
Look, you have done nothing but dig your heels in and try and make me feel bad about your...
No, I haven't. I've been trying to educate you.
No, your education is brainwashing.
No, it's not. You just won't listen to me.
No, I'm not going to listen to this crap. Now you talk.
I have schizophrenia.
I don't care what you have. I don't. It doesn't mean we live in squalor. And it doesn't mean you're a bully.
I'm not even a bully. You literally detonate me, misgender me, and tell me that.
Here's the thing. Nobody's going to care. Nobody cares. It was cute when you were 16 and you identified as a chicken sandwich. You came out, you got 52 likes on Facebook, but in the real world, nobody cares. And that's what's so unfortunate about all of this is so many people have been taught that their emotions actually matter, that when they get to the age of production and they realize that only production matters, your landlord doesn't care what you identify as. Do you have the money on time? She was talking about being misgendered, so I assume she wants to be treated like a man. Well, if you want to be treated like a man and recognized as a man, you have to understand that rule number one is you can't turn on the camera to get social clout. You can't turn on the camera and start crying to get social clout. Tyrese tried to do that. He was crying about not being able to see his daughter. He got turned into a meme. Will Smith tried to do that. He was crying about his wife of 2 decades cheating on him in his own home. He got turned into a meme. If you want to be treated socially like a man and recognized as a man, then you're going to have to understand the one thing that every other man in the world understands as soon as he turns 18. Nobody in the world cares about a man unless he's productive. That's simple. Men are not allowed to live rent-free, and then when their parents try to kick them out, go online and cry on social media and fake mental illness in order to demonize the people that took care of them for their entire lives. Men aren't allowed to do that. Till next time.
My boo, I'm just here for the rendezvous. And I came the whole damn brew, cause I've been feeling like you want me to. He say stop saying I'm so I can't help myself when I pull up.